It's time for the driving test in Brookhaven. So I'm going to be signing in to my driving's license. So even I'm going to be trying to make our way as safety as possible. So I have to turn down the volume as well. So if I heard something like a unknown speech and unknown language, I might going to end this video right now. So if I'm going to get something like being a big aware, and we're about to see we're going to be doing right now as well. Since I parked this car in the hospital, so we're inside the town hall, and let's see I'm going to do with voting for a driver's license. Now I'm going to see a voting booth, so there is no mail for these new mail. So new driver's license will be a new student program, so it's about time, so it won't be about this. So I try to make things right for these student driver, and if we're going to be starting for a driving program, so it will be for a voting booth, and I really don't ever try to make our way to get a right thing. So driving license, no, wait a minute, and going to get a driving's license is a serious thing, so I just went things properly. So the driving program starts at 10 a.m., so the student driver program should be right on time until I need to get a driver's license if I'm going to be done here. So if I'm going to be completing some driving license test, this will mean, and I really mean that I'm going to get so for a driving's license for the ultimate driving. It's 9:41, and let's see, we're gonna get out of here, so we're not done yet. This car parked in nearby in the Brookhaven graveyard. So let's try to get inside this vehicle. So if we're trying to make a good right, and let's change the speedometer into something like 20 miles an hour. So decreased speeding is maximum speed is about 220. And unfortunately this car has been starting off, so I turn my seatbelt on and I don't ever turn my lights on, and this must be hazard ways to make our way to try not to press G, or else I might going to get caught by the police. And unfortunately, so here we go. So it's over 11 a.m. and it's 11:26 a.m. So let's get to move on, and we're not trying to make our way to break any laws. So let's try to follow our rules or basis. And we forgot the toll, and I'm not going to be failing some tests for sometimes. I'm always going on the right side of the road, and looks like we're coming up into the hill, and I just completely going to make our drive safely as possible. So there must be a stop sign. I have to do it right now, but I really don't think that someone is going to get caught by someone, and no one is trying to find me anyways to get me and trying to shoot me down, as I don't really know. So I need to wait for a not a few minutes until 60 seconds is done. I'm heading down after the 60 seconds was absolutely done, and let's get down into the city. There's another stop sign, and somebody just wanted to make sure the Brookhaven will be updated as well, to make sure to put stop signs everywhere on this city and everywhere it goes until another 60 seconds that's going as anyways. And but sometimes no one is ever going to be, no, I'm not going to be saying that. And how many times that I actually say that? This is Brookhaven. It wasn't actually a Seattle something. Coming on the intersection, there is still a green light, and I have to pass it right over through of it. So I need to stay right. Then this must be the driving's license zone, and this must be the passing area. And I'm not going to turn left or turn right, and everything should be always possible. So there must be behind. There's a red light right behind of me a few seconds ago, and we're still having a currency of driving, and I'm going to be turning right and to go right as possibly and always. Well, it goes for the parking test. let's settle down and let's switch the speed for a 15 miles per hour. It's just 5 miles an hour. Listen, I'm not here, so this is not here, so this is my driving test. I'm not going to fail. And when she distracted me, and anyways, I just completed that once, and looks like the driving test will be in tomorrow. So I just jump out of the car and I ran away with the police officer as well. So because I literally swear I might get trying to do something, and I ran away with anything as possible, but nothing happens anyways. The next day of this driving lesson, so let's get right back into this car and let's go, and we're not going to pull out of the way, so this is going to be a much more test to go, so I need to stop right ahead after this toll. And before I'm going to do that, there must be a pullover test, and I really don't think we're gonna be finding some more tests to go as anyways. There is a red light over ahead of us, and looks like we're about to stop this right now into this intersection. There was one red light, and no one is going to be seeing how that ran into a red light. So if you ran into a red light, and you might get a fine, or you might get a wanted levels for now for just 5 minutes of the wanted levels or something. So if I'm going to get pulled over for testing, so this must be the driving test. This is driving license program, and I'm not going to even do anything. So there's one green light, and we're going up here, and let's see, we're gonna be pulling over right here, and nothing would happen in something like Friday. And let's go and pulling up and turn left complete. And because of this, and I'm not going to look on the board, and we're gonna next is turn left, and there's another stop sign by now. Well, this must be a pullover site, so I'm going to be pull over here so the police won't able to see me how that I pull over. So that is how the police forced me and forced you to pull over right on here on this place. So this must be in on the highway or the even public roads. You've been able to get caught by police and it tries to pull over, and let's see and how that detect threat for everything for something like else. And this is not going to be much wasted time, so it must be taking for over 1 hour and all over and over again. So it must be getting a one ticket or even getting a violation or a warning or something, and lots of things went happen for just me. And the pullover is over, and what if when the pullover hours are over, so when the police let you for this time for ending some like the pullover thing, so I'm going to be pulling out, and this police allows you to pull out while after pull hour for a 1 hour. And looks like we're entering the darkest moment, so I'm going to turn my headlights on and no one see what the monsters are trying to come and get me. So if I keep turning off this lights, this monster will about to eat my car, and this is not my car anyways. It must be the student's driver. Increase speed to 45, which means this must be the highway mode. So I'm going to do is for 10 miles earlier from 45 miles an hour. So I'm going to speed a little bit, and it must be speeding for trucks, and even or sometimes I'm not going to say anything for about this. So I'm not going off-road for something like a dangerous road, so I cannot do the death road like the roads of Bolivia or even Colombia as well, so including all around of the world. And I'm not going to try to say that, and we're not talking about this. So this is driving test, and we're about to stop right over here, so there must be the stop sign for just a 3 intersection to get around here until the sun will went down until tomorrow. It will be one more day. I'm going to be driving for one more until I'm going to be receiving for a driving license. This is it. It's gotta be my last day of the driving lessons. So the driving lessons will end in 2 p.m. coast. So let's drive for the one more time. So we've almost forgot to do a parking test for a pullover. So there must be the street sideways. So let's drive one more time, and that I got hit to 20 miles an hour. So let's hit it by the way, and let's do it in front of it early. So there's one more. So even one last time that I'm going to be getting for a driver's license. If I complete for a driver's license, I might able to get it for a driving license, even for a driver, and try and I really know and nothing whatever. I'm going to be last and not at long last, so I'm going to head it out and nothing you can see for this race. So if I'm going to be continuously for work, I'm not doing it like anyway. So let's park at Faceways near at the daycare center, and looks like we just have completed everything that goes. I started driving test early in the morning, so I quickly find myself to end this driving test. It will be in 2 p.m. at this whole same time, and it will be on time, and it will be almost over. So I'm going to get a driving license for now. So I'm near at the school zone, so we almost forgot to drive for a school zone for something. There must be a bus stop right over here in the nearby in the school. So looks like I almost on safe for this one. So I completely nailed it on this one. And there is the bus stop, and I'm not going to be pulling over right over there. So I'm heading towards to the C1, so it will be 11 a.m. as well. It's almost over. It is 1 p.m. right now, and looks like we're almost going to be the end for something low. Let's go even get ourselves for the Brookhaven stables. So we're trying to get a U-turn for this time. It's going to be for the last stop, and it will be one more chance and nothing whoever it is. So until 2 p.m. we're going to get our driving license until we leave this city. So if I'm going to be leaving this city, I'm required for a driver's license. And looks like we're 1:33 p.m. as well. So we have to pull it over, and we're going for a last park. So this must be the spot where I started. So let's going to drive even backwards to park it right here. So, and finally the driver license has gotten an A+, and which means I'm going to get back into the town hall, and looks like we're gonna be receiving for some driving license. So let's get in right into here. So let's get into the voting booth right now. We're almost done, and since the student driver program is over, so maybe I almost got in for the A+, no breaking laws whatsoever. So it was not maybe a secret, no threats detected, no breaking laws detected. Until it's 3 p.m. we will end this video right now. So we just got for a driver's license. Take that for the driver's license and purchase, and looks like driving test is now complete. So I'm just going to be finding ourselves a smart car. I parked this car for 3 days ago, so until now, so I'm gonna be driving with this one, so I cannot able to do that. So I despawned one car right over here. So looks like it's time to go. So we're not going to be late for sometimes, and we're not going to be everywhere for doing anyways. And I'm still doing as such a 20-mile-per-hour boy. And looks like we're about to leave this city, and we're not making anything for way. So if you enjoyed this video, so I really can't do this by the way. So it is about time to leave, and I'm not going to the airport anyways. And looks like I'm about to see you guys in the next video anyways. And I'm really sorry that I say that so many times, and I'm not going to be do this because the sun has went down and this day has come to an end. And I'm pressing V, and we're just going to be ourselves, and I'm just going to leave. And now we're going to be a test drive in Driving Empire or just Vehicle Legends. And I have personality going to did. I just very did a good job.